Welcome to Cord Cutting Today for October 9th, 2019. This is a show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now and give you my opinion on them. If you want to read about these stories for yourself, come up with your own opinions, I'll put a link to each story in the order we talk about it down in the show notes. Love to hear what you think of the stories. If you are new here, hey, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we're doing, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV, but still watch the shows you enjoy. Well, let's get into the news of the day because a lot has been happening. TCL's new QLED 8 series Roku TVs are now available for sale. They're the 4K versions. The 8K versions of the 8 series will come out later. They're basically $1,999, so $2,000 for the 65-inch, $3,000 basically for the 75-inch. But this moves TCL from competing in the mid-range TVs and the lower-end TVs to saying, hey, we're going to go head-to-head with the more well-known brands here in the United States by offering a high-end Roku TV with a high-end picture quality and more. So it'd be interesting to see how TCL competes here. Now, they've been doing this around the world and been very successful at it for some time, taking on the high-end market as well as the mid and low range. Now they're bringing those to the United States. So we'll keep a close eye on this. We'll let you know when the 8Ks are available for pre-order, and we'll let you know if we can get our hands on one to do a full review. All right, next up is AT&T is selling part of its operations in the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico as part of an effort to pay off debt. So AT&T has announced that they are selling their wireless and wired landline services in those markets, and they will be retaining, though, DirecTV for those markets. So AT&T has a massive amount of debts, over $100 billion worth of debt right now. Last I checked, that number has probably changed a little bit. And this deal will bring in $1.95 billion to help pay off debt. AT&T has said that paying off debt has been a major focus for the company, and they've even looked into selling AT&T's Sportsnet TV networks that they acquired from DirecTV when they purchased DirecTV in an effort to pay this off. It'll be very interesting to see what AT&T does here as they move to try to pay off all this debt. You know, they made it clear there was a push to sell DirecTV. There was some rumors from I think it was Wall Street Journal who reported that they were investigating it. The idea of we could sell DirecTV, satellite version, keep the streaming side. CNBC has pushed back on that, saying that's probably not happening. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out in the end. But it's no minor feat here for AT&T to say, hey, wireless and landline service, or wireline as they called them in this story, are being sold in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So I'll love to know what you think. How likely do you think it is that AT&T will eventually sell DirecTV satellite service to pay off the debt? With their effort to pay off $100 billion worth of debt, they may have to. It'll be interesting to see what they can do here. AT&T is very profitable. They're paying this off. They seem to have a plan. But it'll be, what are they going to do? How are you going to pay off $100 billion in debt? Is something as you continue to invest in launching HBO Max, AT&T TV, and more around the United States. So let me know what you think. All right, a couple weeks ago, or a little over a week ago now, I should say, a week and a half ago or so, YouTube TV came to the Fire TV. Now it has skyrocketed on the charts of the most popular apps on the Fire TV, up to number 6 overall, and the most popular live TV streaming service. Now, it's not unusual at all for these companies to come, or these apps to skyrocket when they're first released. Whenever a new app comes out on a player, it usually gets a big boost because a lot of people try it out. Some people will stay with it. Other people say, yeah, never mind, I'm deleting it off my Fire TV. But to see it jump all the way to number 6, to see it jump to the number 1 spot in the live TV services is very interesting because it kind of supports what we've been hearing, that YouTube TV subscriber numbers are probably at about 2 million, and they're probably competing for either the second or at least the third, but maybe on track to compete with Hulu to be the number 1 live TV streaming service and Sling TV. There are conflicting reports here. Sling TV officially has the most subscribers. Hulu, according to other reports, is on track to surpass Sling TV. It may have already happened. We'll probably find out soon about that. But I'd love to know what you think. Does it surprise you that YouTube TV has skyrocketed to number 6 overall on the Fire TV less than 2 weeks after being added to the Fire TV? Or are you just like, yeah, that makes perfect sense, we love it. I know the YouTube TV community is very dedicated to it and really loves it. So let me know what you think. Alright, next up, there's been a lot of talk about the future of the streaming wars, Fire TV growing fast, Roku trying to compete. Well, recently, the investment group came out and upgraded Roku in their investment rankings on reports that it expects it to triple its sales and triple its user base over the next 3 years. So according to this number, over 70 million Roku or people will be using Rokus in 2022, 3 years from now. It'll be very interesting to see if they hit that. And they expect them to triple sales. So that gives Roku a lot of confidence from there in the stock market. And this is mostly coming off of two things. A, they do expect streaming players to continue to sell very well. And they expect that Roku TVs will continue to dominate. 1 in 3 smart TVs, according to Roku, in the United States is now a Roku TV. They've expanded Roku TVs into Europe and other areas. Now, they say with Roku expanding into other markets in Central and South America, parts of Europe, with their Roku TV line, that they expect to see Roku's brand that's doing well here in the United States to continue to do well in these new markets and help it. Amazon's been doing very well with this by bringing the Fire TV to other markets where the Roku isn't necessarily available right now. So it'll be interesting to see, but this is good news for Roku because when you're a publicly traded company, the price of your stock is important. And being upgraded based on strong sales expectation and strong user base growth is probably exactly what Roku needed right now, as the Fire TV's really been putting pressure on them recently. So leave me a comment, let me know, does it surprise you that they're saying triple growth over the next 3 years? Or is this kind of like, oh yeah, Roku's just doing really well, that's what I expected. Alright, if you are a Sling TV customer, good news, the Xbox, LG, and Samsung devices are getting an updated guide and new search. So they're improving the search, they're improving the guide, they're even adding a micro guide, which as you're watching TV, you can now bring up a small guide on the lower third of your TV, which will allow you to see what else is on different channels without leaving the channel you're watching right now. Right now with Roku, on Roku and other devices, you back all the ways out to switch channels, or to look at the guide at least, I should say. You can switch channels and do different things on Roku similar to this. Now on Xbox, LG, and Samsung, you can watch your channel and you can also change the channel and find out what's available on others right there. So great news, the update's rolling out. If you don't have the update, try to run an update on your device to see if you can get it. Jumping over to a Sling TV competitor, Hulu, confirmed to Core Cars News yesterday that they're going to be pulling their app from Sling TV's Air TV streaming players and the Channel Master Stream Plus DVR. Both of these devices run Android TV, and Hulu has said that they'll be pulling their support from it. Sling TV has not issued an official statement on this at this time. Now, when we looked, our Air TV Mini here in the office still had the old Hulu app, but when we looked for Hulu in the App Store, it was not showing up for the Air TV. With Android TV, app developers can block certain devices, and this comes a few months now after Hulu blocked AT&T's Android TV powered streaming player that runs its AT&T TV service and can be used with AT&T TV now. It does seem that Hulu is saying, hey, these are competitors, or even the Channel Master Stream Plus, even though they don't run a streaming service, Hulu offers locals in most markets. Channel Master Stream Plus offers locals. It seems like they wanted to drive people to use Hulu's app instead. So we're going to keep a close eye on this. For now, it's important to remember a few things. Android TV still has Hulu. It's just these specific devices that have been pulled there. So keep that in mind. But if you use the Stream Plus or the Air TV, how important was Hulu losing access there? Does that change your views? I find it very interesting that they're doing this. It's very different than the Amazon model. Amazon has said, oh yeah, Roku, direct competitor. Let them have the Amazon apps, Amazon Music, Amazon Prime Video, and more are all available here. Amazon even has a private tester channel here where you can test out your, or if you're a reviewer, you can pre-watch, I should say, some of Amazon's originals on Roku instead of having to get a Fire TV. It's pretty cool, very different mindsets. Now, Hulu is not alone in this. There are many companies who do this that say, hey, that's technically a competitor's product. We don't want our app or service on it. So it'll be interesting to see how long that lasts and what happens to it. Leave me a comment. Let me know, how important is this to you? Now, are you surprised by this at all? Does this upset you? If you're an Air TV or Channel Master Stream Plus user, leave us a comment. I'd love to hear from you. A few things real quick. We have a couple stories on the site right now that I think will help a lot of people. We have a new guide on how to lower your home phone bill, and I already see the comments. Who's using home phone? I know I am a home phone never. I've never paid for a home phone ever since I moved out. Bought my first house in the early 2000s, and I just never got home phone. I had a cell phone, that's all I needed. Well, there are still a lot of people who need them. Maybe you live in a bad cell phone area. Maybe you need it for a particular service or a device in your home that needs it. Good news is there are many ways to get cheap, discounted home phone service. I highly recommend not trying to bundle it in with your DSL or your cable internet. I find often those are the worst priced home phone plans. So check out the link below if you need to use a home phone and you want to save money on it. If you're using any of these services like the Uma or the Magic Jack or Google Voice or Skype or etc., leave me a comment. Let me know what you use for home phone and how you save money. And lastly, you probably heard me talk a lot about how over-the-air antenna is a great way to get a ton of free over-the-air TV really cheap out there. And with this, you can record a ton of content if you get a DVR. So you have your antenna. I get 40-some channels in my house. I use the DVR to create this huge catalog of movies and TV shows I enjoy that I own free and clear. Well, Jess has sat down and compared 5 of the great DVR options, including Tivo, Tablo, Channel Master, Fire TV Recast, and HDHomeRun there. So there are 5 great options for DVR. She's break down the price points, the features, the tuners, and more, internal storage and the like in this chart. I'd love to know, do you use one of these DVRs? Do you have a different DVR you would suggest? Leave us a comment. Let us take a look at it. I'd love to hear from you and what you think about the best over-the-air DVR. Now, we didn't really pick a best. We just try to give you the information you need. But I'd love to know what you think about these devices. Well, that's it for today. I hope you all have a fantastic week. We'll be back tomorrow with more Cord Cutting Today daily videos. We did post a video this week of the new Roku soundbar. We got some more reviews coming out later this week. So check out our channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Helps us a lot so you don't miss those. If you want to make sure you don't miss out some great reviews coming out later this week, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. So I hope you all have a fantastic week. Take care. I will see you tomorrow. Be safe, everybody.